Hello everybody and welcome back to the Down Under Gamer channel. This is the Down Under Gamer here, and we are back. We're digging this one up out of the archives. We are back with episode 5 of our House Divided 1861 Australia Let's Play campaign. So obviously we have done this one because one of our new subscribers to the channel, Mellow Jello 123 was very insistent. Has left like half a dozen comments on the videos, bunch of likes, possibly even spam the videos a few times to give him a bit more of a view count to try and convince me to continue this Let's Play. So first and foremost, Jello Mellow, mate, huge call out to you. Thanks very much. Great to see somebody enthusiastic about an Australian Let's Play like myself. So this one is definitely for you. Now obviously guys, as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, smash that subscribe button, drop this video a like, leave your thoughts, tips, tricks, evil plans, plots, schemes, all that sort of good stuff, or maybe even just tell a funny joke down in the comment section. And obviously if you would like to see more Victoria 2 Let's Play campaigns, then let me know. Tell me, what country would you like to see and what scenario? So that said, we're going to get this one underway. Now obviously I was expanding out. I'd taken a couple of colonies. Obviously I'd taken Brunei, I've taken Acher, I think it was. I was looking at using this as a springboard to get into obviously Siam and all that sort of stuff. At the moment, one of our issues is army. We don't have a very big army. So I'm not sure how we will go against the likes of what do you call it? Those big sort of militia armies that those Southeast Asian countries have. But first of all, I just want to go and make this a real sort of Aussie Let's Play. So we're going to rename a couple of these army groups. So we're going to call these guys the 1st Combat Wombats. And this one, now did that name save? Yes it did, beautiful. And this one, we are going to call them the 1st Diggers. Anybody who's familiar with Australian military history, obviously their nickname given to our armies was the 1st Diggers. Were diggers, basically, our soldiers. So the 1st Diggers. And we've got another army here somewhere. And they're down here in Melbourne. That's our guard army. So let's call them the 2nd. Oh no, we will call them the 1st Kangaroo Brigade. Okay, so there we go, guys. We've got the 1st Diggers, the 1st Kangaroo Brigade, and the 1st Combat Wombats. So we can build a couple more regiments. So we might go for some cavalry, I think. So where are we? Military. Where are we? Build army. Let's maybe get some Curusias. So Bulgar, Melbourne. Okay, so one of them should build in one of our colonies, and the other one should build down in Melbourne here, which is here. Obviously, our capital is Sydney. Which isn't the case in real day. It is obviously in Canberra today, but I believe back then it was in Sydney. Canberra wasn't actually founded until 1901, I think. So that's it, guys. Let's start the game. That's right, we're trying to encourage bureaucrats into our colonies so that we can create them into states. So let's pop this up to speed 3. How are we looking? 76% there. Now I don't think you guys can see my my cursor because that's how the what do you call it? Major discovery atomic steel. That's cool. I don't think I have any steel factories though. So where are we going with our infrastructure? Are we building? Yeah, let's get a railroad going here. Let's get railroads going here. So once our infrastructure is a bit more up to date over here, what we'll look at doing is bringing our army and our fleet over. We'll dock it here in Asia, and then we'll look at sort of springboarding maybe up into Thailand or Vietnam or something like that, or what is today modern day Vietnam. So those Kurusis are building, beautiful. We'll go up to speed 4. What we got? Forward, extra grand strike in Sydney, workers demand higher wages, extra grand strike. A socialist newspaper named Forward has been published in Sydney. It reports, yes, there was a lot of interesting, I am sure. Yeah, why not? Let's go with socialist. That could make things interesting. What do we got? Major discovery steel production factory cost at -1%. We're getting some good immigration at the moment, over a K a day, so that's not too bad. Obviously, especially in the early 1900s, there was a lot of immigrants that came to Australia. Labour unions. We don't want militancy. Consciousness is fine. I don't mind consciousness. So where's our fleet? Our fleet is there. Where are we? A good time to push for more conservative agenda. The reactionary cause breathes morning air. 10%. Sure. Why not? Chaos is fun for everybody. Let's expand the railroad there. So we can expand the railroad all over the country, can't we? We might do that. Because obviously our, what do you call them? There's a tech. What are we doing? Industry still. Nah, we don't. Oh, electricity. That could be interesting. Combustion engine. What does that do? Mining outputs allows automobile factory, aeroplanes, assembly line, aeroplane production output, Fordism, advanced metallurgy, steel alloys. What can we do? Colonial migration. That would probably be good. This one here, though. Legitimate experience, psychology. Let's go with this one. Biologism. Should probably unpause it maybe, hey? Major discovery. Dye factories, that's cool. Exploring Bloom, Kaboom. So we've got obviously mining buffs there. So where are we? Let's get these guys over here. We'll get the combat wombats over there, cha. Get these boys back to Darwin, and let's continue expanding this railroad across the country. Slim picketings, suffragettes picketing a local borough, one of our provinces, are becoming the laughing stock of the entire state. The sight of the two relatively frail upper-class women standing with their placards outside the bar picketing for women's suffrage and temperance is not only being made into an object of ridicule, it's also causing some anger among the lower classes who feel that the well-offs and high and mighties, and the holier-than-thous, are trying to patronise or matronise, as the case may be, them with sophisticacy and rhetoric. Oh well, freedom of speech and all that. Maybe if they listened more to what the nice ladies are trying to say, trying to explain to them, yeah, sure. Obviously, anybody who knows much about this period of history, there was a huge movement for, like, obviously the women's suffrage movement and all that sort of stuff. You know, equal rights, women getting the right to vote, etc., etc. You know, in a lot of places, women weren't even allowed to, you know, get an actual education versus the men. So we were still very much, you know, quite a backwards country. You know, not just Australia, but also Europe, America, whatnot. So, all right. So we've done that one. Let's go for nominalism. Okay, so we've got all our railroads going. Where are we at with this? Oh, 80%, it's taking so long. Mechanised mining, excellent. Italy goes bankrupt. Oh, Cassius Belli on Italy. The old bank account seems to be suffering again. Obviously, we're buying up all the resources to you know, build those railroads. Hopefully, after that is done, education efficiency, that's good. That's awesome. Nominalism. So, yeah, sure, let's go with this one again. Get it all up to speed. So the economy is still kind of doing shit. So let's put these tariffs back up. How much longer until I can create a stadium? Almost there. More exhaustion, minus 5%, that's always good, it's handy. How are our factories looking? This one needs to be expanded again by the looks of it. And maybe our steel mine in, or steel factory in New South Wales. %. Alright, let's have a look at our commerce. Efficiency, tax efficiency, neoclassical, economic responsibility, factory costs, factory output efficiency. What about industry? What can we do here? Combustion, assembly line. Let's go with assembly line. Oh. Railroad crust exposed. Australia is abuzz with news of an alleged railroad trust exposed by an antitrust commission set up in one of our states. Local capitalists protest the allegations as absurd, claiming that no malicious coordination of prices or price fixing has occurred. Many among the working classes are irate about the affair, feeling strongly that they are being squeezed hard by capitalist tycoons trying to make a profit out of their hardships. Breaking up the trust will set local railroad building back several years, but not doing it might anger a broader strata of our population. Protect our workers at any cost, and this cornered market must be opened. A freedom of trade shall not be abridged in any way. All poor strata in Australia. So let's go bureaucrats here as well. Alright, so money is looking pretty bad, so we need to do something. Alright, let's do this. Maybe we should do this. Build the money back up. That's going to take a while. Cracking allows fuel refinery. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oil. Okay. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go with electricity. Fordism, aeroplane production, that's pretty cool. Capitalism. What? Study circle. A small study circle dedicated to several issues close to the suffrage agenda for women votes has, during the last few years, begun developing a name for itself in the international debate on women's rights. The Australian School, as the Circle is now being known, has published several tracts on philosophy, politics and economics, all relating to the plight of women all across the world. So what is this? Oh, gain 6 prestige, is it? I thought that said 6,000. I was like, what the hell? That's like insane. Suffragette and suffragists. Our trade must be protected from destructive safeguard. Lockout. Capitalists in one of our states have called a lockout following a period of intensifying labour conflicts in the area. Workers have been informed by management that no one is welcome back to work, while union sympathy still run high among the employed. Local police have expressed support for the move, citing a long series of disturbances at the factory, some even bordering on sabotage. Yes, we have trade, wars, production, and you tell me about organised labour. Hey, that's unconstitutional. Sure, let's go socialist. Just so you guys know, I'm not a socialist at all. I just think it's funny to turn Australia into like a national socialist party. You know, maybe we will rise to power in the Pacific instead of Japan. Who knows? Oh. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. So I guess the first Kangaroo Brigade is coming to smack some heads. Hopefully we don't get beaten. Alright lads, do your thing. Let's grab another tech. What do we got? Combustion engine. Sure, let's do it. Let's get industrialized. We got leaflet campaign. I'm not sure how the locals feel about all this littering. Portugal goes bankrupt. Damn it. All these countries borrowing money off me and not paying it back. bloody rebellion in Australia. Who would have thought? We did, for those of you that aren't too familiar with Australian history, we actually did have a rebellion quite a number of years ago. And basically what it was what was called the Eureka Stockade. And it was basically a bunch of Australian gold miners which rebelled against the British. There's about 800 of them all up, and they locked them into the stockade. And the reason that was called the Eureka Stockade, because obviously in Australia, if you struck golds, then you would sort of scroll out Eureka, and so as a result, it was known as the Eureka Stockade. Basically, it was our attempt, I guess, at factory immigrants. Let's do a basic school system. Education's importance. Okay, so the rebellion is finally over. We'll get our army up here. We'll bring them over to Asia, and then we will look. Let's maybe do some army upgrades. I think we're a bit behind in the army tech. How are things going here? 0.9%. It's going to take a while, but that's okay. Uncivilized. Okay, so let's justify a Johor. Oh, and the Great War is ongoing. That's pretty cool. We've got Baden and Austria allied with the United Kingdom against Germany, Russia and Italy. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I've been sort of too busy worried about smacking cane toads and all that sort of stuff. Oh wow, Austria's been completely overrun. Oh, Austria's been raped. Show wars. Wow, that's full on. So where's Baden? That's Baden there. Okay, so this is obviously a German sort of hegemonic war, I would assume, against Austria, so that she can take the rest of here, Bavaria and the rest of the German states and whatnot, and make a unified German federation. That's interesting. Wow. So it's already beginning. So the 1900s is certainly going to be very interesting, I would say. but so what I'm going to do, Jello Mellow 1 2 3. There we go. Part 5, mate, just for you. We're going to save it here, guys. I will try and record more of this. You know, obviously there's some interesting developments happening in the world at this point in time. You know, we're about to invade sort of Southeast Asia proper. So that said, guys, obviously if you've enjoyed this episode, smash that subscribe button, drop this video a like. You know, leave your thoughts, tips, tricks, all that sort of good stuff down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more Victoria Universalis, definitely smash that like button, guys, because obviously the more likes it gets, then obviously you know, that sort of tells me that it's the more you guys want to see. So I'll continue to record and fit them into a schedule. At the moment, obviously, I do have 5 Let's Plays ongoing, and I've got another a 6th one penciled in to kick off next week, which is going to sort of tie up most of my schedule. So I can't guarantee when I will record the next episode of this, but I will make an effort to try and get at least 1 episode a week in, until obviously the completion, you know, 1936. But apart from that, guys, this is the Down Under Gamer signing off. I hope you all have an awesome weekend. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, mateys.